So any other discussion from the our members on Zoom? If anyone would like, this is an open discussion and we like to hear everyone. None? Okay, so this is a suggestion. We go to voting. There is no indication from those in Zoom. Those physically present are clarified and they have already a position. So we now go to voting. This historic voting on this committee report on calling for a constitutional convention. Now, for the record, we will go into nominal voting of those who are present. Okay? No, there is an objection because they will vote no. Ready is France, and there's an abstention. So can you call those present for their vote? So that will be very transparent on each one of these. Okay. The committee now will call the roll of those present, vote in Zoom, and also those physically present.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, this is not in any order. Those present on site, nominal voting, Representative Bongalon.
My vote is yes.
Representative Robes.
My vote is yes.
Representative Deputy Speaker Gonzales.
My vote is yes.
Representative Minority Leader is not here yet. Then Deputy Majority Leader Pomaren. Senior Vice Chairperson Defensor.
Yes.
Honorable Raul Manuel, is he around? Okay. Representative Barsaga.
My vote is in the affirmative.
Okay. Representative Vice Chairperson, well, Senior Deputy Minority Leader already voted abstention.
Okay.
I abstain. And can I explain later or no, Mr. Chair?
We'll give you time to explain.
Okay, I'd like to encourage my colleagues. I think we're in the right direction, Chairman, to discuss the economic provisions and amending those. I think most in the private sector, the departments believe that for economy to progress even more and to deal with the harshness of what happened with the COVID pandemic, we need to liberalize foreign direct investments, ownership. But I'd like to state on the record that the best way to do it is through a constituent assembly. That will be much faster. And I think that if we did a constitutional assembly, this will immediately put the burden on the Senate to discuss those issues. And that's why I would like to record my vote as an abstention, Mr. Chair.
Committee Secretary, please register the vote of abstain for Deputy Minority Leader Oldaza. We'd like to welcome the Honorable Arlene Brosas. Please give her copies of the two matters pending now in the committee. Do you have a copy already?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, is this a voting time?
Yes, but we can repeat for you what is to be voted on. And we can ask again Chairman Rida to Chair Rida to give us the meat of the motion as amended.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Kong Arlie would just like to share. I would like to reiterate our motion for the approval of the joint resolution calling for a constitutional convention. I mean, this is actually a resolution of both houses, of all the resolution filed by our colleagues. So we are voting for it. That's all, Mr. Chair. Would you like to
Yeah, comment first before the voting because you came in and we'd like to give you time to comment on this before we'll ask you for the vote.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, before I vote, siguro, I would like to ask, why is there two measures right now in...
Yeah, let me answer that. There are two measures because one is the constituent power to call for a convention needing two-thirds vote. Second will be the details. This is also what was done in the 1971 Constitution election because there has to be in detail. The second is the bill, accompanying bill, which will have also constituent power. The second one will be the bill that will provide for qualifications and then the budget and other powers that will be given. So we are just now focusing on the first one, on the resolution calling for a constitutional convention. Then we'll discuss the detailed procedure, expenditures, and qualifications in the next subject matter on the bill.
Okay, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Chair, yung first lang muna. Parang ganyan.
Yes.
Yung resolution of both houses yon.
Yeah, calling just for a
Calling
yeah.
for the resolution
Yeah.
of both houses. Anyway, Mr. Chair, on both naman, Mr. Chair, I would like to profess my vote right now. No, na it's a no for us. No, first of all, we have 7 key arguments for this charter change. No, na gusto natin. Current and urgent problems that we are facing. Escalating prices, low wages, massive hunger, joblessness, landlessness do not stem from the 1987 Constitution. Yun po ang position namin. Hence, amending the Constitution will not magically cure these problems. Now, the foreign direct investment myth, inward foreign capital flows to the Philippines have been increasing over the years under decades of neoliberal policies, but the economic base remains semi-feudal. Actually, ang problema nga natin ngayon ang dinudulog madalas ay yung mga problema ng mga magsasaka. Backward and pre-industrial, and the quantity and quality of jobs have remained low. Now, production in special economic zones has remained stuck on low value added outputs due to the inferior positioning of the country in the global value chain. Further, liberalizing investments will only cement our inferior position and will not result to any technological transfer. Hindi naman po talaga tina-transfer dito yung technology, bagkus market po talaga tayo ng mga produkto, much less towards creation of national industries. There in turn will generate jobs, dapat ganon. The Philippines has liberalized key economic sectors over the years, even without amending the Constitution through various neoliberal policies, such as amendments to the foreign investment negative list, and the latest amendments to the foreign investments, amendments to the Public Service Act. Yung PSA po, na pinagdebatahan natin nung nakaraan, which allowed 100% equity in telecommunications, domestic shipping, railways and subways, airlines, expressways and tollways, and the airports. Ngayon, opening our lands to total foreign ownership will displace more Filipino farmers and indigenous communities and further undermine our food security and national sovereignty. This will deny any chance at instituting a genuine land use plan in line with our national interests and needs of Filipinos. On political reforms, opening the Constitution to political amendments under the Marcos Jr. administration amounts to opening a Pandora's box, especially with the Marcos family's penchant to stay in power. Once the process for amending the Constitution is commenced, nothing will prevent the delegates to the Constitutional Convention from proposing new amendments not contained in the bills and resolutions filed at the committee. Extending the total cumulative terms of public officials will further entrench political dynasties and families rather than end them, aside from the fact that it is not a solution to bad governance. So yun po, sa wisdom po at relevance nitong ginagawa natin, Mr. Chair, we are left in the dark in searching for clues that will justify the urgency and timing of deliberating charter change measures amid the fast-track approval of the administration's priority measures. Para sa amin at ordinaryong mamamayan siguro, mahirap tanggapin na binubuksan na naman ang usapin ng Chacha, gayong higit natin kailangang pag-usapan at aprubahan ng signifikanteng dagdag sahod, pagpapababa ng presyo at pagpapalakas ng lokal na agrikultura ng bansa. So, constitutional ba talaga ang nature ng problem natin, Mr. Chair? Yan ba ang ating problema? So those are the questions na nais nating masagot. At naka-piecemeal amendments naman tayo nung nakaraan, katulad ng amendments to the Public Service Act, amendments to retail liberalization law, regular na amyenda sa foreign investment negative list, at marami pang iba. Bakit hindi ito sumasapat, Mr. Chair? Parang ganyan. At lumalabas po sa datos, Mr. Chair, napapalaki na ang net foreign investment inflow sa bansa Yung FDI amounting to 10.5 billion in 2021 represents a 54.2% year-on-year growth from 2020. Ngayon, this is a new record level high for the country as it surpassed the 10.3 billion US dollars net flows in 2017. So pataas naman po siya. So bakit natin kailangan ito? Yan po yung mga tanong natin, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Chair, siguro yun po, no, initially, yung gusto natin na i-mention kaugnay dito. So, Mr. Chair, on economic and the centralization of powers to dictate terms on foreign equity sharing in the hands of Congress, Mr. Chair, bill seeking economic charter change introduces the phrase, tama po ba? Nandyan pa rin yun, yung unless otherwise provided by law? Meron pa rin. So, into key provisions of our 1987 Constitution, with the effect of essentially conferring Congress the exclusive and extraordinary power to fix and adjust the current constitutional restrictions on foreign ownership of key sectors of the economy, including utilities, mass media, education, among others. Kaya mahalaga pong linawin dito, no? Mr. Chair, yung mga, siguro mga tanong po ito sa mga sponsors, ano, Mr. Chair, sa pamamagitan ba ng panukalaan na ito na pagbabago sa konstitusyon, magiging flexible ang criteria sa foreign ownership limits sa mga mahalagang sektor sa ekonomiya? Sang-ayon po ba din sa ang mga sponsors sa pamamagitan ng unless otherwise provided by law, ibinibigay sa Kongreso ang pambihirang kapangyarihan na itakda ang restriction o di kaya'y higit na pagluluwag sa foreign ownership provisions sa Constitution? And sang-ayon din ba sa mga sponsors natin na maaaring pwedeng mabago ang probisyon hinggil sa foreign restrictions batay sa kagustuhan ng Kongreso o ng mga succeeding administrations? Pwedeng higit isang beses ang pagbabagong ito batay sa ipapasang batas. So parang ganon, ano yung mga tanong natin, Mr. Chair. At yung Congress ang magkakaroon ng eksklusibong kapangyarihang magtakda ng foreign ownership at foreign equity participation. Hindi ba't masesentro dito ang panunuhol ng mga dayuhang korporasyon para gawing pabor ang terms sa kanilang industriya? Ibig sabihin, depende sa backroom talks ang pag-usad ng full liberalization measures. At palaisipan po sa amin, Mr. Chair, kung saan nanggagaling ang congressional power na ito. Malinaw, Mr. Mr. Chair, nako, Speaker na, kasi baka ito rin po yung itanong ko, no, kung ito ay pupunta na sa plenaryo, no, Mr. Chair. Sa ilalim ng 1987 Constitution, tatlo lamang ang pamamaraan para sa pagpanukala ng amyenda o revision. Constituent Assembly, katulad ng pinag-uusapan nga natin na CONCON, Constitutional Convention and People's Initiative. Hindi ba't pag-shortcut at pag-override ang ginagawa ng kapulungan sa intensyon ng framers ng Constitution na Kongreso na lang ang magtatakda ng foreign ownership and equity terms batay sa kagustuhan nito and gamit ang ruta ng ordinary legislation. So, Mr. Chair, the proposed amendments through House bills, especially on the terms on foreign ownership, to be introduced via ordinary legislation are not part anymore of the modes prescribed in the Constitution. Kasi nga, through ordinary legislation na ito, under the bicameral setup. Kaya itong unless otherwise provided by law, hindi po lang po ito usapin ng economic provisions ng saligang batas. This also sets a dangerous precedent to all other provisions of the 1987 Charter, even those on political and civil rights. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We will consider that as an explanation of your vote. So once again, the vote of the Honorable Brosas is no. Please kindly put on the record the no. Next, who will vote next?
Deputy Speaker C0RY.
I vote yes, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Next,
Representative Tanhuatco III
Hmm.
in Zoom.
in Zoom. What is the vote of Congressman Tanuatco? Through, not yet, wala siya. How about the others?
Congressman Corvera.
Congressman Dale, are you there? Oh, wala pa.
Hindi ba sila nagmememay?
We just get na lang the votes
Get the
as
votes.
they have texted or they have signified to our committee secretary.
Okay, in Zoom, Mr. Chair, DML Franz Pomaren voted yes.
From Aaron, yes.
Okay, paki-take note na lang.
C0RY.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, who is this, please?
Alfred de los Santos, Mr. Chair.
Alfred Dos Santos. Yes, Congressman, Alfred, please proceed.
My vote is yes, Mr. Chair.
And thank you for giving your vote. It will be recorded by our committee secretary. Thanks so much, Congressman Alfred. Anybody else in Zoom would like to get in?
Vice Chair Divina Grace, you voted yes.
Voted yes also on Zoom, yes. She was here
And
earlier this
then,
morning.
DML Garin voted yes.
Okay,
DML Lacson Noel also yes. DML Julian Baronda yes.
okay.
And Representative Zamora voted yes. Any other members who would wish to manifest their votes in Zoom?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, our Deputy Speaker, Roby Puno.
yeah, my vote is yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, our Deputy Speaker. Thank you. We put your vote. Anybody else on Zoom?
Yes, sir.
Raul Manuel of Kabataan Party List nagpaabot ng no vote niya.
Yeah,
Please register the no vote of Congressman Manuel. He was here also this morning.
Deputy Minority Leader Coleada, is he around in Zoom?
Congressman Culiada,
Deputy Minority Leader Noel, Representative Abalos, and then no for Representative Rosas and Deputy Minority Leader Castro. Do we have already the result?
you have forgotten to ask the name of the committee chairman.
Will you mag-vote ka, sir? Hindi ka yata mag-vote.
I'm not allowed.
You're
So
not
just to
allowed
make
yet.
on record that I only break the tie because others will ask, oh, what happens to the chairman? We can only vote the tie, just to clarify.
Sir, I would just like to make a second round of
Second round, any other
Representative Minority Leader Libanan.
Teves,
let us recognize somebody present now. Congressman
Okay.
Bong Teves.
Mr. Chair, my vote is yes and kindly include as a co-chair, as a co-author.
Thank you. You will be considered co-author and you registered a yes vote.
Okay, wait lang. Okay, so we have this is in Zoom total already and on site as well. Okay.
So the committee chair will now, if there are no other votes, will now declare, announce the results of the voting for committee report on calling for a constitutional. Somebody's on Zoom.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman Copilar, yes.
Mr. Chair, I would like to manifest to be co-author of both House Bill, Mr. Chair, House Resolution, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And have you voted already, Congressman Vicky?
Yes, sir.
And what is
Yes.
the vote again?
Yes, it's a yes.
Yes, for both. Yes, we are now only tackling the resolution for calling for a convention. So your vote is yes, and you
Yes.
kindly place our Congressman Vicky as a co-author. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes votes on site and on Zoom. A total of yes is 16.
16.
No is 3, abstain is 1. So unless may pahabol na vote, hearing no one else, we declare that the resolution on the committee report for a resolution of both houses has been approved by the Committee on Constitutional Amendments. Any motion for the next committee report?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, we hear Chairman P.D. Barsaga.
well, as I glance over the committee report, I see that there are 4 bills calling for constitutional convention. And I would suggest that we provide the matrix insofar as these 4 bills are concerned so that they can be easily understand or be comprehended by the members of this committee. At the same time, as manifested by Deputy Senior Vice Chairman Defensor, he is proposing amendments. And in the same vein, this representation would be proposing also amendments to this committee report, and therefore, I think it would be better that sufficient time be given to all of us.
We'd like to ask Senior Vice Chair to comment on the motion to have more time for the bill.
Thank you, Chair. I would gladly suggest first that we open the consideration of the committee report on the bill implementing the call for a constitutional convention so that we have already started the deliberations. We can open the floor for amendments, including my own amendments, Mr. Chair.
Yes, any motion first for to adopt the committee report on entitled House Bill and implementing an act implementing resolution of both houses number 2 calling for a constitutional convention. Any motion? And then we'll discuss the.
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. Chair.
So we therefore would like to solicit any second to the motion to consider this.
Second, Mr.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Bongalon, and who is the Bonsum?
Congresswoman Marivi Copilar.
Copilar, okay, thank you, and Bong Teves, Congressman. So we're now going to discuss now the committee report, proposed committee report implementing our constituent power of voting in the committee for a call for a constitutional convention. First, any amendment proposed?
Mr. Chairman, may I be recognized?
You are recognized, Congressman Defensor.
Mr. Chairman, I move that Section 2 of the proposed act implementing the resolution of both houses calling for a CONCON be amended.
Okay.
The proposed wording was submitted earlier to the chairman. Sir, may I...
Can you read it and where
I
to
read it?
insert this? Propose amendments to this bill. We can proceed with other comments before we vote. So
May I withdraw my previous motion, Mr. Chair, while the crafting of the language, of the appropriate language for Section 2 is being prepared.
It's been recalled. And so we hear the comments first from the minority, then we go to the majority. Anybody from the minority who would wish to discuss this committee report on the bill?
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, our Deputy Minority Leader, Congressman Dasa.
First of all, I think the Honorable Barzaga is correct that we should be given a little bit more time, look at the details of this proposed bill. But again, it's I'll defer to the wisdom of the committee. But just this morning, for example, and that's why I think we should take our time, just no less than a few hours ago, I thought we heard a very good suggestion, Mr. Chair, from no less than the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, who was appointed by the former president to head a commission to look into charter change. And one of the suggestions earlier, if you recall, Mr. Chair, which I think you will appreciate, to do a hybrid constitutional convention wherein members will be elected and some members can be appointed by both the executive and the legislative branch. I think that has a lot of value. For example, not because you're the chairman, but I know the Honorable Rodriguez is probably one of the foremost experts now on constitutional amendment. You will not be able to sit in that convention. I would be the first member of the House. Should there be a provision in here for appointments from the legislative branch, I would propose no less than the chairman to sit in that convention. It's not embodied in this version, Mr. Chair. I'm sure with given a little bit more time, we can come up with improvements on this proposed bill. One of which is, should the majority pass this, I would like to see experts who may be appointed. I don't think it's safe to assume that elected delegates will have the expertise and will really have the necessary experience and background to be able to do justice to something that as fundamental as amending the Constitution, Mr. Chair. So that I think my appeal to the committee is maybe to give it a little bit more time and to be able to improve whatever version that we have now given to us today.
Thank you for that suggestion. And in fact, the chair is disposed of to give more time to our members. And so the matrix, meanwhile, is now being printed in pursuant to the request of Chairman PD. There will be a matrix to be distributed. And of course, for the time. And so, therefore, what is the pleasure of our members?
I second the motion,
It's
Mr. Chair.
also, yes. So, when can we have the matrix given to the members? We're still there here,
It's still being
printed.
printed and then it will be reproduced after.
Yes, would Wednesday be okay? Will that be sufficient time? Matrix and also to read all of this so that we can meet on Wednesday? Yeah, I always would want this to be studied carefully. So would Wednesday be okay? Because if that is okay, Congressman, our Deputy Minority Leader, is Wednesday okay?
I would prefer, the following week, but I'll defer to the Honorable Barzaga, who had pointed out
Yeah, for the matrix.
initially.
Yeah.
I think Wednesday morning will be fine.
Yes, because you're the proponent of having the matrix. Well, make sure that everyone gets a matrix by this afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move that we suspend the deliberations and resume on Wednesday so that we can continue our deliberations on Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the
9:30,
morning.
9:30.
9:30 in the morning.
Is that satisfactory to everyone? We reset this to give time for us to study the matrix and also the bill itself and your proposals for amendments. Yes, Attorney Congressman Bongalon, any?
Second, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved and seconded that we have a recess today and we will meet on Wednesday in the morning at 9:30. Is that okay with everyone? Okay for Congresswoman Franz about Honorable Arlene Brosas?
Mr. Chair,
We are with you.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, so with that, there is no objection to the motion to reset and have a recess and reset the continuation of the deliberation of the committee report on the bill implementing the resolution of both houses, which has been approved. So with that, we declare a recess of this committee and we see each other at 9:30.
Mr. Chair, may I
Before
just
that, yes,
interject?
before that, yes.
Just to
Masek.
comply with our committee rules, internal rules, this declaration of the committee is already given, it's already due notice to all the members
It's now
because there
due
is no more
notice.
time of the 3-day rule.
Okay, yes. Because we are giving just a time for this. Okay.
And Mr. Chair, I'll assure that the minority will not make any objections on that procedural requirement.
Thank you very much. So with that, I call a recess of this hearing of the committee. We'll meet each other and the others who wish to attend on Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning. So the recess is proclaimed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
At muli, gusto kong malaman ang inyong mga opinyon. Mag-comment lang sa baba at mag-subscribe na sa aking channel para updated ka sa mga susunod kong videos.